here's the big question. How is it that most entrepreneurs hustle and are always busy and struggle to take just one step forward only to fall 2 steps back? They're dedicated, determined, and driven, but only a few finally break through and win. This show uncovers those quantum leap patterns of highly successful people so you can simply model what they do and apply to your future success. That's the question, and the answers are right here. My name is Brigitta Hoeferle, and this is the Success Patterns Show. And that is right. Happy holidays, everyone, here from the Success Pattern Show. My name is Brigitta Hoeferle. I am the founder of the Success Pattern Movement and the CEO of the Center of NLP, where we put the do in learn, do, teach. This show is designed for you and with your success in mind. And couldn't this be a better time of the year to really create whatever it is that you want to create for 2023? Because the quality of your success starts with your attitude towards it. Can I get a hallelujah or an amen out there? Success is an interesting thing because it shapes its meaning with each individual success seeker, and it's not limited to business or personal or romantic relationships or business transactions or anything like that. You choose. Where do you want to have success? Where do you want to have success in 2023? Success is modeled in patterns, strategies, and behavior. Tony Robbins is known for saying success leaves clues. I say success comes in patterns. That's right. If you've written down anything that I'm saying today, that is the number one thing. Success comes in patterns. And when you're able to see those patterns, then you're able to replicate it. You're able to do more of it, or you're becoming aware of, wait a minute, I really don't want to do this. For 2023, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then you do less of it, or you ditch it altogether. In this show, we're looking at patterns. What are patterns? Patterns are an example for others to follow. That's what a pattern is. And a success pattern is a successful pattern to follow. Hello. In this show, we are uncovering and decoding these patterns that led to other people's success. So you can then apply it, encode it into your own life and into your success starting right now. Because as humans, we are hardwired for hands-on application by a living teacher. We're not theoreticians because they talk a good game. We are grand masters at work here at the Success Pattern Show, and we're going to give you tips and patterns to model success. So that means that you're in the right place at the right time. And one of the laws of success teaches us that the success is modeling. It's all about expert modeling. That's exactly what we're all about, because success is already yours. We have an incredible show today. We're going to have a show with the one and only Brigitta Hoeferle. I know, big applause. I'm kidding, you guys. Of course, I'm not kidding, because I am here with you today. And I decided to not have a guest expert in this very important time of the year, the last week of the year, as we are reflecting on the year past and as we are creating and planning the year ahead. I had a conversation with our 20-year-old daughter, Amelie, the other day, and she says, looking back at 2022, that was probably the most challenging and the most successful year in my life. And I had this conversation with her one-on-one, and I said, honey, that's probably going to be what's going to happen in the future, in your future years to come. You're probably going to say that a lot. And I overheard her talk to my husband, Christian, in the kitchen, and he said the exact same thing. She said, it was the most challenging and the most successful year this year. And he said, you're going to have more of those. And it was funny how we're just so aligned. My husband and I, Christian, if you've ever met him, he's a great guy. Reach out to him on LinkedIn. I've had him on the show before as well. You can go on Success Patterns, thesuccesspatternshow.com, and watch the episode with him, which was a great episode. Today, I want to take time to give you a few hints of how to take inventory of 2022 and how you are creating a successful 2023. And in order to do that, I created a few slides, which for the ones that are coming up, I just see this. David says, looking forward to tonight's session. So I was just going to say that, David. Great seeing you here. For the ones that have already signed up, and we have a huge crowd that's coming to the mind boarding. I call it mind boarding. I'll go into that in a second. I want you to take this time as you're coming to the mind boarding session, and as you're making up, if you want to come to the mind boarding session, there's still time for you to come. And I'll share the link with you guys later, to really write down what triggers you, or what are you becoming aware of, or what are you noticing of, oh my gosh, I did this in 2022, or I did this in 2021, in 2020, in 2019, all the way to, 1992, if you're that old. And you're becoming aware of, I don't want to do that anymore. It's a behavior. It's something that you're physically doing. It's a pattern. It's maybe a relationship. It's whatever it is, where you're realizing, I don't want to do that anymore. Why am I doing this? So thank you, David. I'm looking forward to you. And for the ones that are tuning in right now, show us a quick comment. Where are you calling in from? Where are you watching from? And what are you excited about in 2023? So in order to go through a few little things that I want to share with you, let me choose a different background here. There we go. All right. Most of you know me. I'm an author. I've authored most of our curriculum. I'm a grandmaster of neurolinguistic programming. I'm an educator at heart. I'm invited to speak all around the world. I build businesses. I've sold businesses. I love what I do. I'm a mother of two incredible daughters. And for the ones that are coming to Mindboarding later on, I have a fun little story to share with you. And I'm the wife of the culture guy. That's success all in itself. So this show is not about me. This show is about you. So I want to tap into a few things here. And for the ones that are watching and are not driving in a car, I really want to encourage you to write this down. Write down what I'm saying, what resonates with you. If your actions are the outlet of your mind. So that means everything that you're creating, all the actions that you're taking are originating as a thought. And if you've ever watched the Success Pattern Show, you have heard me say, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. So if you're not getting the results that you desire, hello, pay close attention, then you might want to go back to the thought that originated that action. Again, here's the success pattern. Write this down. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. Now, all of that is filtered by our culture, by our experiences, by our beliefs, by our values, and human behavior. And the way we do things is absolutely fascinating. And most of us go through life not even knowing what the last thought was that we were thinking, because we get so wrapped up and we're so in auto drive that we don't even know what we can do intentionally. And I love what Lily just said. By the way, Lily is my mom. Big shout out to my mom. Success is the result of the right mindset. That is absolutely correct and true. And most people that are highly successful realize that. And they are coming from a place of a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. The difference, and I think I've done a growth versus fixed mindset show here before. The difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset is the growth mindset says there's always an opportunity. There's always a way. The fixed mindset is, oh, life is happening to me, so woe is me. I guess I guess fate doesn't have success for me, or whatever the thought that they have will undermine that belief or will feed that belief. So if thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results, and it's a success pattern. As humans, we got really, really good at misusing that success pattern. And I'll tell you why. So thoughts, feelings, feelings, actions, actions lead to results. So imagine with me, you have a thought in the morning of, in the last few days here in Atlanta, I don't know about you guys, it was cold and our heating system didn't work correctly. So it was really cold in the Hoeferle household over Christmas, which we did not let that define our happiness or the way that we were doing things. We made the very best. We had it warm and cozy, trust me. We are a very resourceful family. So imagine it's cold here in Atlanta. So you wake up in the morning, the thought is, oh, it's cold outside. The feeling is, oh, I feel it now. It is cold when I pull back the covers. It is truly cold. The action is, now you have a choice, and you have a choice in any direction. You have a choice. Do I want to pull back the covers, or do I want to jump out of bed, take a hot shower if you do have hot water, and go about your day and get the things done that you said you're going to get done yesterday? So thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to action. So those actions are now, let me pull back the covers, let me jump out of bed with excitement, let me get into action, let me get the things done that I want to get done. Now you have results to show at the end of the day, go, yes, I did that. Now, same scenario, thought, oh, it's cold, our heating system must have gone out. Feeling, I'm shivering, I just want to stay in bed, I'm pulling the covers back. But you had all of these things that you wanted to get done. You might want to wrap presents. You might want to get, last minute presents or whatever it is that you wanted to do. But you rather chose to stay under the covers and feel sorry for yourself that the house is cold. Well, your results that you're showing at the end of the day are probably not the results that you desired for. And you're not blaming yourself because you made a choice. The blame, well, I don't want to blame anyone, but the action was on you. But people are choosing to then blame, oh, the heating system didn't work, or oh, the weather, or oh, this, and they're finding something to put the blame on to not make themselves responsible for whatever action or no action they took. So thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. And it is a success pattern when we choose to make it a success pattern. And it is a non-supportive, non-success pattern when we choose to not make it a non-supportive and non-successful pattern. And it always comes back to a decision that we made and to a choice that we made. And the choice is upon each individual person. And you take ownership over that choice. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. So that's what this means. Your actions are the outlet of your mind. You choose, is it a good outlet? Is it a not so good outlet? That's on you. I show you this picture. This is a really bad picture of me when I was around 14 years old. A, I had a perm. B, I was overweight. I did not like myself. I'll be really, really honest with you. But what changed? An internal shift changed when I made a decision, enough of feeling sorry for myself for being overweight and not being the way that I wanted to look. I'm getting really vulnerable with you guys to make a point. I knew what I wanted to be. I knew what was out there for me, or I had an idea. I didn't know the whole the whole spectrum around it, but I knew I was fed up with the way that I was back then when I was 14 years old. And I started walking. I was like Forrest Gump. I started walking in the vineyards. And through those walks, and during that time when I was a little bit older, I started reading 7 habits of highly 7 habits of highly effective people. So I started applying those 7 laws in that book. And then I read the book Emotional Intelligence, which that was an eye opener. I was like, wait, are you telling me there are more people like me out there? That's incredible. So I'm saying that to impress upon you that you can do whatever it is that you desire, whatever choice that you make. And it is a choice altogether. So I'm flipping through some of these PowerPoint slides here, or keynote slides in my case, that I'm going to share with our mind boarding session tonight. I'm going to tell you about the mind boarding session here in a second, but I want to share these elements with you. The elements of creating your future, the elements of creating and planning out very specifically your 2023. They got to be clear and specific. If you're vague, then how the heck are you supposed to get what you desire? If you say, I want a car, but you're not specific around the model or the color, or does it run or not, if it has an engine or not, you're going to get the next best thing, and you're probably not going to like it, and then you're going to be resentful. So be clear and specific. What is it that you desire? What is it that you're creating? And then be intentional and actionable. Take intentional action immediately. Because once you know what you're aiming for, then you can actually go for it. It is like the axe throwing. You know, it's like darts on steroids, where you have a big old wooden target with, I don't know, 3 rings, and the red ring in the middle is the target where you really want to throw your axe into. Well, people go around with an axe, if you will, a make-believe axe in their hand, aka their goals, and they just, they're fuzzy around their goals. They don't know what they're aiming for. So they just throw it somewhere. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to do this today, and then they throw it somewhere, and then that can be lethal. It could be, it could cost you an arm and a leg, literally. Because when you're not clear and you're not specific, how do you know where to throw it? How do you know when to throw it? And how do you know that you've actually hit the goal, that you actually threw where it was supposed to go? And I'm kind of mimicking with my hands in the middle ring, in the red ring. So the third element is it must be testable and verifiable. How do you know when you're successful? What does that feel, look, and sound like? How can you verify it? How much money do you have in your bank account when you say you are successful? For some people, it's 100,000. For some people, it's 50,000. For some people, it's 5 million. For some people, it's 100 million. But don't focus on what the other people are saying, because that's their success and that's their stuff. Focus on, what do you want? What is your well-formed outcome? Be clear and specific about it. Which actions do you want to take, and which actions can you take? And are they intentional, or are they just busy work? Too many people, when I ask them, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm so busy. Well, are you busy or are you productive? So intentional and actionable. And then the third one is verifiable. How do you know, can you test it, that you are successful, that you have the things that you said you're wanting to have? Those are the 3 elements. And if you walk away with nothing else, this is the most important key here. And I'm going to go to this slide here. Then I want to end with this before I go into the mind boarding. The quality of your communication equals the quality of your results. And the communication is not just something that you do with someone else. It's not just talking to someone else, like talking, to your mom on the phone. It is your communication with yourself. Do you have a stinking thinking, or do you have an uplifting thinking? Do you have a thinking of, oh, I can't do that, or oh, I'm not worthy of that, or oh, it's too hard, or oh, no, that's not meant for me, that's just meant for them? Which communication do you have? And is it an uplifting one that you have with yourself? And does it tie into the results that you truly desire? And if the communication with yourself and with others is not congruent with the results that you desire or the results that you truly want, then you might want to go back to the thoughts that you're thinking first, and the feelings that you're feeling before you get into action, before you're getting the results that you really don't want. So quality of your communication equals the quality of your results. Now, I did mention a few times that we have a mind boarding session tonight. We have this every year. I have been, actually, if you could look around me here, there are several mind boards on the floor. And I was looking at which one I want to show today in the mind boarding session. I have been keeping my mind boards and the mind boards that I have done for our businesses and the mind boards that our children have done. Of course, I'm not going to share them, but I have been keeping them just to look back and pay gratitude for all the things that we have created. And yes, if you're in a growth mindset, if you're on this show and you're watching, you are probably coming from a place of a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. So mind boarding, be here. We're going to start. It is almost 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. We're going to start at 5:30. We're having a hybrid, which is you can come in person here in Atlanta. If you're in the Atlanta area, you're welcome to come in, or you can Zoom in. Either one works great, because right now we have 23 that are scheduled to be here. And here, I mean, we have about half of them coming in person and half of them coming in from all around the world. There are folks going to be on from Australia, from Germany, and it's in the middle of the night in Germany. Australia is actually calling from the future. It's already tomorrow morning there. So we have people coming in from all around the world. And if you are in a place where you say, I want to create my 2023, I am in that growth mindset, and I do want a guided session, the mind boarding is definitely the way to go. I contribute a lot to my mind boards that I have done over the years, over the decades of my success, because I got really clear. What is it that I no longer want? What is it that I'm leaving in the old year? It does not serve me. I don't need it anymore. Take it to the landfill. And I got really clear on, I'm going to take this, because this, whatever I already have, serves me really, really well. And I want to add other things, other behavior, other mindset, other skills, other actual tangible things into the new year, so I can create that next level that I am creating. And look, I like to tell my clients, don't take advice from someone that is less successful than you. So I know that the people that are coming to the mind board, because they keep coming back, they're creating greater things every year. And I think you should too, because I care about you, because this show is created with you in mind. So thank you for being here. I'm going to share with you the link where you can get into the mind boarding. It is centerofnlp.com/mindboarding-2023. So centerofnlp.com/product/mindboarding, that is one word, -2023. I'm going to put it here in the comments as well. Let me put it here. So you can just click on it. Join us for the mind boarding tonight. It's going to start in around half an hour, a little bit over half an hour from right now. Join us. You're going to absolutely love it. And you can thank me later. I don't say that out of ego. I say that with a very humble heart, because I know what it has done in my clients' business, in my clients' personal life, romantic life, and yeah, I'm here because I care for you. So with that being said, I want to end tonight's show. I'm going to give you a few little ideas on where to focus on in your where you can focus on in your mind board, and that is travel, finance, business, personal, passion, acceptance, kids, letting go of, let's see, there are professional, health, fitness, spiritual, contribution, community, fun, definitely, family, love, and I know that you can find many, many more things. So thank you for being on today's show. I want to leave you with lots of love and lots of gratitude for this year. It's a great year. 2022 was an interesting year. It was a great year, and I wish you wealth and happiness and success for 2023. I will see you in the new year on the other side. And until then, thank you for tuning in as every Tuesday to the Success Pattern Show. See you next week and next year. Thank you for tuning in to the Success Pattern Show at www.thesuccesspatternshow.com. My name is Brigitta Hoeferle.